with no prompter or anything. Welcome
Where's the countdown?
Oh my goodness. I don't what is happening? Welcome to Prep Talk Live.
Wow.
You know what we're doing? We're making up for the delay. That's what we're
Yeah.
doing. We're trying to be as economic with our things with our people's time as possible. What is happening? Yeah, normally I hit the little countdown button and then I hit the live button, and I completely went backwards on that one. And isn't YouTube fun and fascinating? It just goes really quickly. So anyway, so needless to say, we're here. Welcome to episode welcome to episode 54 of Prep Talk Live. Off to a snow start. I like the title. I thought that was a good one.
It's clever.
I'm Casey with Cascadia Dispatch. With me, as always, is Tup the Urban Prepper. Tup, what is going on? How are you? How are things?
I'm doing pretty good. Sorry for the delay on my end. I had a work thing came up right at 2:59. But I said, hey, we're going live, and so we got it worked out. But yeah, all in all, I have a really funny story that I'm not even sure that I want to share, but we could go into it at some point.
Yeah, so. You know that's going to be like the top thing. Like we were going to talk about gardening, but
we're supposed to talk about gardening, but I haven't told anyone. Well, I've told only immediate family. It was the talking. It was the talk of Easter Sunday.
Easter Sunday dinner. Yeah. Okay, well, you know what? Here, family, let's just gather around the YouTubes and let's hear Uncle Tup spin a yarn.
Well, first time it has nothing to do with prepping. Maybe it has something to. Well, I don't know. You should. I did have my poison control hotline involved in this one, and it was available in the Altoid stand. So there.
Let's just ask the chat. Does our show usually involve prepping, other than the fact that we put it in the title? I mean, come on, really?
For non-preppers. Yeah. So here's my story. I haven't told it. This is first debut story online. So okay. So it was Easter Sunday, and my daughter woke up. And there's an Easter basket waiting for her, so she was really happy about that. And so anyway, I had to cook food because we were having a family dinner that afternoon, like a brunch, and I needed supplies. So I had to go to the grocery store. So I ran up to the car, but before running out, I grabbed one of the Cadbury eggs because I like Cadbury eggs. Mm-hmm. And I'm unwrapping this Cadbury egg, and it's kind of sticky and everything. And I'm trying to get into the car. I'm getting it into the car, and so I get into the car, and I'm still trying to get into this Cadbury egg, and I have like chocolate on me because it's like it's not coming off the peel that nice. Anyway, so I see this big chocolate stain on my hand right there, and so I'm like so I go to the big ice cream cone lick on it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's disgusting. Like, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, we're giving rancid Cadbury eggs to my daughter somehow. It was disgusting, and I'm yakking it up a little bit, but then I'm like, okay, so I tried the rest of the Cadbury egg. It tasted fine. I ate all of it. And so then I'm like, oh, well, I guess like maybe the outer part that was connected to the foil was bad or something. And I don't know what happened. So anyway, so then I go to Whole Foods. I do some grocery shopping. I go to another grocery store, do some more grocery shopping. I'm driving home. And then as I'm driving, I look out the window, and on the window, there's, black bird crap on the window. And so I'm like, oh no. And I grazed my hand on the window as I go into the car, black bird crap on my hand, and licked it off. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get salmonella or E. coli or something, because it happened like 45 minutes ago, and I had breakfast and everything.
Oh my God! There's so many pieces to this that we need to dissect.
And so I'm like telling my wife, and she's like, "Oh, you idiot! What are you doing? Why would you do that?" And so then I'm like, "Well, I don't want to get am I going to get sick from this? Am I going to cause like a new virus or something that comes out from the?" So then I call the poison. I get the Altoids tin, got the poison hotline, because I didn't know and so I asked the lady, and she was trying not to chuckle at me, but I cracked a couple jokes because she was asking like, have I had any negative symptoms? And I'm like, other than my wife making fun of me, no, not really. But and And I'm like, well, do I? And so am I going to be okay, or what do I need to do? Anything special? She says, well, other than it being completely disgusting, I think you should be fine. So just keep tracking of it. The worst that could happen will be vomiting and diarrhea. And so I'm like, okay, so my family is they have free reign to make fun of me all day today at Easter. And she said, yeah, and she was laughing, and she said, yeah. So uh,
I love that you think that just your family is going to have free
well,
reign to make fun
now
of
the
it.
internet knows.
You just shared with the internet that you licked bird excrement off of yourself, thinking it was a Cadbury egg.
It was melted chocolate. I thought it was melted chocolate from a Cadbury egg.
Well, okay. I mean, of all of the poop jokes that could have come out of that, I guess, glad that it was a bird. I mean,
well, it was definitely a crow, because the crows hang out on the electrical poles up there right above the car, and I hear if it's like black darkish bird poop, that it's like they're getting into berries and stuff like that. So
yeah, so Pony Girl also, I mean, there's enough bird flu jokes in this whole thing that, I mean, there's almost too much. We're gonna rename this episode "How Cliff Got Bird Flu," thinking he was eating a Cadbury egg.
Yeah, so I've been monitoring my situation closely because
monitoring. Are you developing feathers? Do you have?
No, I was worried I was going to get sick, or like a salmonella poisoning or E. coli. I don't know what I was going to get, but so far so good. So, but yeah, I've been meaning to tell you about this, so I'm glad that we're talking today.
You know what? I'm so glad that I made it on the list of people you need to tell us to. This is fantastic. I feel very excited that I was on that list. But more importantly, like I don't. It's just a wow. Like Cliff, it's the Cadbury eggs are milk chocolate.
Yeah.
And I don't know a bird that looks like milk chocolate.
Well, it looked like melted chocolate on my hand. It was because it did.
Like dark chocolate, maybe. Like, I mean, we live by a wetlands. We have birds who decide to use our cars as bathrooms often.
Yeah.
And it looks like either white chocolate.
Or it wasn't white
chocolate. It does not look like milk chocolate.
Well, that's what my wife said gave me the same feedback. Well, she said some other choice words and thought it was stupid. And
sure.
Why would you lick something that if you're not 100% confident you know what it is?
Because I am a survival preparedness person, and I just do things without thinking or without scouting or whatever.
So I tested my tolerance out a little bit, and it's but so far I'm okay, I think so.
Okay, well you know what?
I didn't even vomit, so my vomit streak is continuous. I don't know if we talked about that before, but
we haven't, but I feel like we should now.
Back to gardening. No,
yeah, exactly. Back to gardening. What's growing in your stomach right now?
Yeah. Well, it's been 20 years since I last vomited, and I've been tracking it on a year-to-year basis. So I was worried that I was going to break. I just broke my streak on Martin Luther King Day.
Okay.
We didn't talk about this.
How canceled are we about to get here? What streak did you break on Martin Luther King Day? No. Yeah. You know what, ladies and gentlemen? I hope you're enjoying our last episode. Like, he's eating bird stuff, and he's did something on Martin Luther King Day or whatever. Like, we've enjoyed our time with you. Stick around for Prep Talk Never coming.
Yeah, in college we used to do this thing called Century Club, where we would drink 100 shots of beer in 100 minutes, and we always did it on MLK Day because we had MLK Day off. And so the last time I did it was 20 years ago, and I decided I accomplished the task of 100 shots of beer, but then I thought I would go for the school record, and I tried to get up there and I failed, and then I I was very sick and vomit. And I'm like, at that point, I'm like, okay, I'm never going to barf again. Like, I'm not going to purposely do something to make myself vomit because I don't want to vomit. And so it was my mission. And so then year after year, I somehow did not vomit. And so then I finally,
because you stopped at 99. Yeah, you were like 100 is
no. I stopped doing that altogether. But yeah, just in general, I was like, I don't want to vomit. I don't like. Most people don't like vomit. But anyway, so this past MLK Day, it was my 20-year anniversary, so I hit that milestone. So,
did you get yourself something nice?
I know we had a little party, but it was nothing too
just close friends and family to celebrate.
But then I was worried. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna break it at year 20 because of this bird poop that I just ate.
Oh
Anyway,
my
so
goodness.
that's there for the
This
internet.
is fantastic.
That's
I also love that you did Century Club on MLK Day because you had it off as opposed to every other weekend day that existed throughout the year,
yeah. I don't know what
or
there
any other
wasn't.
holiday that
Yeah,
existed. Like that's an interesting one.
it was just that's just how it kind of worked out. So, but yeah. Anyway, so gardening. So
Send
off
your
to
letters, viewers, to cancelled at
yeah.
theoverpepper.com.
It was a national holiday is what it is. It just happened to be MLK Day. So
Yep. Fantastic. 4th of July, we got you covered.
yeah.
So,
Anyway,
gardening. Yeah, let's talk about that whole thing.
yeah. What's up with the snow starter?
So yeah, so I put this in because I don't know about Seattle, but like normally this is the time where like we would be putting our seeds that need to be sown in the ground in like squash and some of that sort of stuff. We would probably be starting like our tomatoes and all of that. But we're supposed to get snow again tomorrow.
Not cool. That's not cool.
We've had snow intermittently for like the last month, and I don't understand what's happening. And it's making it very difficult to kind of figure out this gardening thing unless you have a seed starting greenhouse like we have, which I haven't actually put like set up to use this year because I just haven't had time yet. But I'm feeling like I'm getting a little bit behind because we're having these like weird freezing days, and so I don't really know that I want to start anything yet.
Yeah.
But we need to start stuff if we're going to have it going. So I was curious if you are having a similar thing up in the Seattle area.
Not with much. I had some coworkers that they had a lot of hail yesterday, which was pretty crazy. But no snow yet. But we're delayed on ours as well. But for different reasons. But yeah, we need to probably this weekend. It's spring. It's our spring break right now, and at least at our school. And then this weekend I have off. So I think my wife is going to give me some tasks in my Scrum board to do for the outside gardening.
It's going to be garden time.
We've been having kind of a marital dispute on. I forget if I told you this, but every couple of years, my wife decides she wants to get a big pile of like fertilizer dirt, like potting dirt, like it's like the ones that's made of
like
another.
Compost and mulch and stuff like that.
Yeah, so it looks like the big pile from Jurassic Park that Ian Malcolm's like, that's one big pile of S. And anyway, it's been in our driveway for like years now, and so it's bothering me because it's now in the GPS maps. Like if I go to Google and look at our house, I see this pile of compost, and it drives me bonkers. But
that is hilarious.
So my goal then is hopefully soon to get rid of this pile of compost that's in the driveway. We've been slowly getting, because we're using it for all our container gardenings and our potatoes and stuff like that. So that's hopefully the goal.
Hold on, wait. I missed something there. The pile of compost is still in your driveway?
Yes, it's been there for years.
What? I don't understand.
I know.
How much compost did you order?
It wasn't my decision, but right at the start of COVID, she bought like 7 yards or something of it, and so this big truck came over and dumped this big pile, and it's huge, it's humongous, and so and I'm like, oh good. So then years later, a couple years later, we got rid of that one. Then hey, I need some more. So another one came, and so it's there and it's slowly getting rid of it, but there's still a whole bunch left. And so that's my goal, that hopefully in the next couple of weeks is to get rid of that compost in the driveway.
And then let Google Maps know to
and then say, hey, can you put your drones on top of our house?
Exactly. We don't have the poop pile anymore. It's ready to
go. So but my wife has taken over a lot of the operation for our home garden because she's not impressed with my skills, and my potatoes every year are weak. And pathetic, and
did she just? I imagine she just uses that all year long, just like, hey Cliff, I'd ask you to go get gas in the car, but you would make pathetic potatoes, and probably your gas is garbage too. So I guess I'll take care of that.
Well, I don't. It's just the potatoes, just not. I've been haven't done good on the potatoes, but on other ones I do okay.
You know who makes a good potato? Probably Rip.
Yeah, he probably does.
That's probably some of this. She's just hoping for someone who can make a better
Maybe if
potato.
I do the gardening dressed as Rip, that it'll give it, better
See,
mojo.
I feel like there's a TikTok in there or something like that. Um, Also, I feel like for your anniversary next year,
Yeah.
when you dress as Rip, you should just give her a bag of like those gigantic Idaho potatoes that they have at like the super fancy restaurants that are like 3 pounds a piece or
Yeah.
something. Maybe just
Well, I think like those little petite potatoes, they're expensive ones that when you go to the grocery store and you want to get the tiny
yeah,
potatoes, they're usually priced a little bit more. Looks like we got Jamie. Good to see you, Jamie, and
yeah,
Pony Girl representing for sure. So,
yeah. Pony Girl's in Arizona where she's drying her crops as she plants them
oh wow,
because it's 99 degrees there.
jeez,
Yeah, I mean,
that's too hot for me.
yeah, exactly. Us Northwesterners, like when you hit like past 85, 82, like that's too much.
Yeah, I have some friends down in Oregon, and they I think last year they planted all their stuff, and then they had a snow or freeze, or and it just destroyed everything, and so they're so frustrated because all their harvest was ruined. So
Yeah. Well,
it's
and we had last year we had the thermal dome or whatever they called it, I think, or something, where it was like 110,
yeah, it's
and
crazy.
it just cooked everything.
Yeah.
So I keep playing around with like the placements of all of our vegetables and stuff to try to get better like shade and sun and some of that sort of stuff. But I don't know, we're 8 years in or something, and I'm like 50-50.
Yeah, the only thing it didn't cook for us is my wife's super spicy peppers. Like loved the heat wave, the heat dome, and
They
so
loved
that's
it.
yeah, they loved it. So
They're melting through the jars of the cans that you put them in, probably.
oh
Is what's happening now.
I don't know what her plan is this year for spicy peppers, but we actually she did a big beet canning last year, and we cranked some of those beets are pretty good. So we cranked some of those out for Easter, and everyone was munching on the beets that my wife jarred the previous year. So it's pretty cool.
Very nice, very nice. I noticed when I go out of my new office, we have some planters off to the left now, and then we've got planters up on the terrace thing or whatever, and most of them have asparagus in them. And I noticed that like the asparagus is coming up now, and I'm super excited because this is our 3rd year in the asparagus life cycle for all of our asparagus. So we actually get to harvest it this year.
Oh,
it's the first time we actually get to eat the asparagus that we've been growing for 4 or 5 years at this point.
wow, that's awesome.
Yes.
We're doing that. We have a similar one with we have a couple blueberry bushes, and we're expecting them to finally produce this year. So we'll see what happens. But
yeah, we went through a kind of a whole wholesale change of most of the plants in our yard when we redid our yard, because when we moved into our house, it was river rock from corner to corner. The people who owned it before were elderly, and they wanted like a no maintenance yard, so it was literally river rock. And so we moved in, and we were going to have kids, and it was like, okay, we need like a lawn and whatever. It was like 7 or 9 truckloads full of river rock that they had to pull out of our yard to like give us a yard. And so we originally had like a plan of plants, and they were flowery and they looked nice and all that sort of stuff. And since then, I have slowly transitioned many of them out to be now like fruit producing or herbs or stuff like that. So I feel like they're useful as opposed to just like taking up space.
cool.
But yeah, have you ever considered that with the blueberries? You said blueberries.
Blueberries.
I've replaced so many plants in our yard with blueberries. We probably have, I don't know, 12 or 15 blueberry plants at this point.
Yeah, we're trying to catch up. We have this old lady neighbor that's she's 90 something. She's killing us on the blueberry harvesting, and she has so much that she gives out to people. But I would like to. I want everything replaced in our yard. I don't like flowers. I want it has to give me something. So, but I have to pick my battles too. So
yeah. All right. So in the chat, so yeah, it's a weird time to plan to do it. 35 in the morning, 80 in the afternoon. Yeah, the weather is just nuts. It's just nuts. Let's see. Chuck, hey Chuck, Pony Girl was on Magic Pep. Wait, now Pony Girl, were you actually on Magic Pepper's live stream, or were you just in the comments on Magic Pepper's live? We just have to understand, like, how egregious this live stream cheating is happening here. I felt like we
It is
had
kind
a
of
thing
cheating, isn't
going.
it?
Yeah, I think we had. I felt like we had a thing going, and you're just visiting other people's live streams. Apparently, that's
Yeah, magic. He is cool though. He's a cool prepper for sure.
yeah, yeah. Does he actually do magic anymore? Did he
I don't
start with magic and then
see.
moved off
From
on
what I
magic?
know is that magic prep. When I talked with him last, I asked about that too, and I think that it was he grew up being a fan of like the Magic card game, and so then that's kind of his
Oh,
overall theme is magic type stuff. But I don't know
got
if there's a lot of incorporation with prepping and magic. So
casting bug out spells and
yes, so I need to
and
cast a hex on a
mana
couple
for
people.
farmland and stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Casey should definitely
Yes.
do a
Yeah. You
tour
should
of
do.
his
Yeah.
new office. I will figure out how to do that. That might actually be part of the Monday live streams. I might do one of those as
Yeah.
that, which was supposed to happen this Monday. And then I ended up getting called into meetings and stuff, and it was like, okay, this is not happening today. But next Monday, it will. I'm thinking like the 5:30 time frame. I think probably works good. So that's I think what I'm gonna do, but we shall see.
Nice.
Let's see. Jamie, plant asparagus, graduate high school, get your master's degree, eat asparagus. Yes, I feel like that is kind of what's happened.
That's funny.
Yeah, because you can't eat it you have to like let it grow for 3 years before you can actually harvest it. And then we did 3 different batches. So we did like 1 planter box 1 year, and then we did more planter boxes the second year, and then we did more the third year. And then we forgot which ones we had done in which order.
Ooh.
So we just waited. And so now we can just harvest it all.
Wow.
Hopefully it will be good. And
Yeah, we haven't messed with asparagus, but
hopefully we'll get more than like 2 asparagus stalks at a time. So we're not eating like little bits of asparagus
yeah.
about the family.
Do people like do you do Brussels? Can we grow Brussels sprouts in where we live?
I don't know. I tried to do it a couple of times.
I love Brussels sprouts, and my whole family does, but I don't know if we could grow them.
Yeah, my daughter really loved them, and so we tried a couple of years, and I kind of got them to start going, and then they just didn't fully develop.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was me or if it's our region, but I feel like zucchinis and squashes work really well.
Yeah,
the peas and beans are fine. Tomatoes, yep. I can grow them all day long.
Yep.
Cucumbers tend to be hit and miss.
Yeah.
Some years I kill it, and some years I kill them. It just depends. Spaghetti squash and delicata squash, we did those. Those
yep.
worked really well. So yeah, it's carrots, radishes, all that sort of stuff. We did potatoes, but I never actually harvested them, so I don't know if they worked or not.
Yeah, I need to. Yeah, we do all the ones that you listed that are easier to do. That we do all of those ones, and we 1 year we tried doing corn, and we just like totally failed miserably. Where my daughter was so excited because they are growing, they look like they were gonna, and then they just all just died. So.
Yeah, we had like 2 ears, and they each had like a kernel on each of them. They were the most pathetic looking corns ever. Modern day pepper. Onions will grow damn near anywhere. Yes. Yep. Onions and garlic have been fantastic for us. Really, really love those. However, I will say I recognize that I have a problem because when I grow them, I want to enjoy them. And so then I want to save them.
Mm-hmm.
And then we don't end up eating them, and then they go bad. And it kind of defeats the whole purpose of everything. So do you ever find that like there's something you really want, and so then you save it because it's special, and then you realize that it's like you waited till it was too late, and then now it's a wasted thing?
Yeah, I'm like that with the lettuce. I'm like a sympathetic lettuce harvester. So, we grew all this lettuce. They looked beautiful, and I just didn't have the heart to like just let's make a salad out of it. And so I'm like, oh, it's so pretty. I'm like, I grew this from nothing, and then it just died. It lives to feed us, but for some reason it just looks so pretty, and I didn't have the heart to eat it, and then it just died, and I had to throw it away anyway. So I shouldn't name it's kind of like chickens so that you eat. You don't name the chickens, and I can't talk sweet to the lettuce like I have in the past.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Wait. What did I say?
Wait. Latest pony girl. Chuck, magic is my version of Rip.
Oh.
I do go on his channel from time to time.
Oh.
I don't know how I feel about this.
Yeah,
I feel like
to the
this
train
is taking
station.
I feel like this is taking a turn. I feel like this is taking a turn. I feel like we're learning a lot about Pony Girl and all of the things.
Talking about his white swirl in his hair is his magic. I saw that.
Oh, that's fantastic! Wait, where's that one?
That's from Chuck, I think. But
yeah,
he has like the Rogue from X-Men. It's like
yes, yeah, exactly. Yeah, the white swirl is his magic. Yeah. That's 100%.
That's magic. It is magical.
Okra. Love growing okra was pretty good in the upper Midwest. The kids used to eat them off the plant. Most never got cooked. I've never tried to do okra before
either. Yeah, we did green tomatoes last year and did some like fried green tomatoes. It was awesome, and we made some salsas and stuff. It was cool, but not okra. Not okra
though. So one thing I'm going to try this year, I think I have to check my seed storage because I think I bought seeds for them last year, and I got to do it. Is loofah gourds? Have you ever heard of that?
No.
So apparently, you know loofah sponges.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
So that's how you make them. They're made from these gourds. They're not made from like sea sponges or from something else. Like they're these gourds that are loofah gourds, and you grow them and then you dry them, and then you peel off the skin when they're dry, and the inside of them are loofahs.
Wow.
So I was like, all right, well, we're totally trying this.
That's awesome.
Let's see how that happens. So I have to check to see if I already have the seeds or I have to order them. But yeah, that was like, oh, that'll be super fun. That'll be a good thing. Let's see. Yeah, peas and tomatoes. Yep, all of that. The potatoes.
Yeah, we like the cherry tomatoes on our end.
Yeah,
they're awesome. So
yeah. I used to do like a variety, like we do like the beefsteak tomatoes and we do like the Romas and we did all that sort of stuff. And I found that I could never get them to really get big and do what they would. They would always split or they bugs or whatever. But like if you do the grape tomatoes or the plum tomatoes or cherry tomatoes, they will grow tons. They taste exactly the same. And they're great for so many different things.
Yeah, I like getting the cherry ones and every day just going out picking a couple of them, eating them, and they're so much more flavorful than the ones you get at the grocery store. So yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, and then whichever ones you don't have at the end, we made them into dried, put them in the dehydrator and made them into sun-dried tomatoes.
Oh, cool!
And then just packed them in some oil with like either with garlic or just regular oil or whatever, and they worked fantastic. Those were super awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah, she dried a bunch of peppers and made a bunch of like pepper sprinkles and pepper flakes and all that kind of stuff. But we didn't do our tomatoes. But
yeah,
we eat those like what's the thing with the mozzarella cheese and the basil?
Oh, caprese salad.
Caprese, yeah. We just in the summertime because we're kind of tomato rich, and so that's what we have all the time.
Yeah. Do you do the caprese salads with the little tiny mozzarellas?
No, we go big mozzarella on ours.
Oh, okay. So because we do the cherry tomatoes and stuff.
Oh, with like the kind of cherry mozzarella.
So you do like the little mozzarella balls.
Those ones are cute.
And then you like chop up the basil and everything else, and then it's more of like salad than it is like the thing that you would slice and cut up or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, highly recommend it. Recommend it. All right. So it is 6:05. Tup has piano lessons.
Yeah. Well, my daughter has piano lessons. Oh, I was going to tell you, my daughter's in jiu-jitsu too, and she had a big breakthrough yesterday. This has nothing to do with prepping, but she had a big breakthrough yesterday because she's trying to get her gray belt, and I'm like, they're not going to graduate you until you can demonstrate the arm bar, and because she's always been apprehensive of it. And so yesterday she had a bunch of sparring, and something just clicked with her. She got how to do it, and she probably put on 10 arm bars on kids, and she kept doing it over and over, and the kids are screaming and crying and stuff, and she's smiling at me because she's like, it finally clicked with her, and I was so proud. But all these kids were all, oh my God. So,
and now you have to lock the door to your bedroom at night because now your daughter can come in if you're getting out of line during the day and be like, all right, I'm gonna break your arm.
Yeah, so it was a really proud moment because she's been working over a year at jujitsu, and she finally got how to do it quickly on these kids, and so a lot of kids were crying yesterday. So
Well, congratulations
yeah, thank you.
on Little Miss Prepper for bringing tears
Yeah,
to the eyes of all of her victims.
yeah, yes,
That is fantastic. And hopefully she'll get the gray belt here very soon.
yeah. I'll keep everyone posted. So and then
Yeah.
it's kind of for prepping. I don't know. She's learning her tactical self defense skills.
Self-defense.
So yeah,
Yeah.
for zombies, get some zombies and some
Well, we'll
some
know if it
armors.
works really well if one day you come in here with either one arm or both arms in slings. I
Yeah.
think that would be fantastic.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, that would be pretty sweet. So
yeah. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. If you haven't already, hit the little thumbs up button or the like button wherever you're watching. We really appreciate it. It helps to push the replays and everybody who's rewatching. If you also haven't already, go ahead and check out the podcast. We've got episodes up there. The new ones, I think, are almost caught up. So I think we're into very close to dropping the new episodes in line with when we do the show. And feel free to join me on Monday for my, I think I'm going to call it Cascadia Dispatch Live or something like that.
Yeah.
I think Big Prep Energy, I think, is going to be a segment. And we'll do Bougie Prepper and Budget Prepper as segments as well. I think I'm going to call the whole thing, though, Cascadia Dispatch Live or something like that. So anyway, so that'll be Monday. Tup will probably be back with live streams of his own here.
I saw that Damien had a thing. I'm hoping to finish the EDC one this weekend. So
okay.
Just took me a little longer. I was aiming for March, and now it's already past it.
Yeah. That's all right. It happens. All right, everybody. Well, thanks a lot. We'll see you next week. And also keep an eye out for our little announcements because the scheduling Prep Talk Live's actual time may fluctuate here in the next couple of weeks. So just keep an eye out as we put up event reminders and stuff. I think we're still on for Wednesdays.
Yeah,
but
yeah. We may end up doing. I might be on the go, like in downtown Seattle or something like that for some.
Ooh, remote.
I've never tried a remote.
That would be exciting. I think we should totally do that.
We should at least try it once.
Yeah, exactly. We'll give it a shot. So anyway, oh yes, and Pony Girl would like to remind you as we sign off. Stop eating poop.
I thought, yeah.
It's just not a good thing.
Yeah, unless you're completely sure what it is.
Yeah, even if you're sure, don't eat it.
Yeah.
What would you want to be sure?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right, everybody. Well, we're all gonna go reread our manuals on what's safe to eat or not. Yep. And you guys have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday. All right. Bye, everybody.
See you.